What's going on, everybody? This is Smokey, and welcome back to the Smoke Room. It's episode 2. Finally, after 3, 4 months, I don't know. It's been a while. I mean, I say I don't care, but I got another guest here, and I just met him, and he actually been around for a while apparently. He just ain't this big ain't been not known, but I want to introduce you the mtbDAhkk.
Hey guys,
Introduce yourself.
what's going on? I'm mtbDAhkk from my own personal YouTube channel of that name, as well as TPGW, the People's Global Wrestling.
Okay. I appreciate you coming on to the show. I just recently met you, and you're a good commentator, and you work hard on your shows. And I always been a type of person. I like to help small leagues and get them attention. So I got you on here. You give us the insight about your league. What is your inspiration and what you want to gain from?
Well, it all goes back to when I was a kid watching wrestling. You know, I had Day of Reckoning, Day of Reckoning 2. I always used to stick a VHS tape in and record my games when I played that. So you know, eventually when I think it was WWE 12 came out, yeah, it was WWE 12. Um, I started creating wrestlers again, and I just found myself. Next thing I know, my buddy Dave Gordon, aka Soul Reaper Hikaru, he sends me a capture card, and I say, all right, let's get this going. Let's make an actual league out of this. Next thing I know, we're making TPWF for the first time. That it was the People's Wrestling Federation back then. Only downside was I got so busy with real life and everything that after 2 years of working on it, I just stopped. But 3 years later, I'm out in California now. I finally have time to work on it again, and I'm happy to be working on TPGW. I'm so happy to be back doing what I love.
That shows you time. That shows determination to continue doing what you had to stop a couple years before. I know that from experience. I had a league called FTW, and it's not. My difference is FTW didn't continue. I kept working, and it did. But
Yeah.
you managed to keep it going regardless of everything, and it's still going right now. It got this the big thing going on called Olympus. I've been checking out a few episodes, checking out his roster and everything. He got a lot of talent on there. There's a lot of people on there that could. I see it personally that could be good potential champions in the future anyway. Mainly, I've been joking around. This Gerald he has in his league called Caitlin. And most people will be sitting here like, what are you talking about? Some blah blah blah. He's talking shit. No, I don't hardly ever get obsessed with any kind of diva call or anything like that.
Yeah.
But something that just drew me to that.
Well,
And my question: what made you since drawing me to her? What draw you to her to bring her here?
what drew me to Caitlin to put her in my league? Well, I was when I came back from my quote unquote hiatus, as I like to call it. I was working on building a women's roster, and I said to myself, well, a lot of the old women I can't bring back, or I don't want to bring back yet, but I want to try and build the roster up. So I looked at Dave in his league, WFS, Wrestling Fantasy Showdown. And he has got an extensive women's roster. Like, I think he actually has a bigger women's roster than he has a men's roster. And a lot of the people in that roster, I said, okay, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. And I saw Caitlyn, and I was like, well, shoot, I can do a lot with Caitlyn. Like, that was one of my big ones, was I wanted Caitlyn, and I was so happy that Dave let me bring Caitlyn into TPGW. It was something I was very happy they let me do.
Yeah. That's a good thing about working together and everything else. Leagues working together because you can get so much stuff done, and it can interact with their fans, and their fans can interact with our fans, and so on and so on. That's what's wrong with everything. Everything needs to be put to get back together, and that's what we're working on right now. And people will find that out very soon. But what we doing right now though is we're talking about TGPW. Am I right? TGPW.
Yep, TPGW.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, but then, who on that roster do you think has the highest potential of you making him a champion and then keep on making him a champion more than once?
Well, there's a few guys. One of the guys I thought I've been wanting to talk to D and DCA about this. One of the guys I want to bring in, I know he's got a massive roster right now, so is Duncan Vermill, the
Good luck with that.
Yeah, Duncan Vermill, the Nightmare. He's one of the he's like the unstoppable monster that I have.
That's all DCA needs is another monster with another chaos.
Yeah, Duncan, I always thought was something else though, because he's not built big. He's 6'3". He's 267. He's built more like John Cena than he is Brock Lesnar, but just the brutality that he has is something I think not a lot of people have seen in virtual wrestling. I know that's saying a lot considering that there's some pretty brutal guys out there, but I really think Duncan's the top of the list. But besides that, I got tons of other guys. I got Matt Farrow, I got Rex Titus, some really powerful guys that I think are going to do a lot of good in the future. Kevin Cash being one of them as well.
Yeah, and I've seen one guy, the guy who in the black mask. What's his name?
Thunderlord Mashney. Thunderlord Mashney with
That's it.
With the black mask with the lightning bolts all around him.
Yeah, that's the one thing that stuck out about him.
Yeah.
Is that name Thunderlord?
Thunderlord's actually a more recent guy. When I came up with him, I actually came up with him a few years ago, but I never got him in the league. I never got him in the show because I was still on the hiatus at the time. I was playing on 2K15, and I said to myself, you know what, I'm bringing it back. Let's bring Thunderlord Mashney in. A number of guys like Tommy Ventura and Josh Gunner also came from that. From just ID.
Oh.
It's like during the hiatus, I wasn't doing the show anymore, but I was still I've still found myself coming up with new wrestlers, new ideas. And I said to myself, man, this would be really cool. I should do this. I should do this. I should do this. Next thing I know, I'm back.
Yeah. That's the way it goes, man. You just put your stuff out there, and you'll get going. And that brings me to this question. That's a very good question. When you do your show, when you write your show, you have writers. Do you have writers for your show?
I really don't. I mean, it's just me working on it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
I do the
draining.
Yeah, I do the recording, I do the writing, I do the editing, I go out, I find the theme songs for everybody. As a matter of fact, when I first started, it was just me and Dave, and now it's mostly just me. Dave still helps me from time to time, but
yeah.
But yeah, I came up with I remember the original idea. Dave and I were going back and forth on show names for when we were back in TPWF, and I said, okay, I want a Monday show and I want a Thursday show, or no, I want a Friday show. And okay, so we need names for these shows. Well, Dave said, well, why don't we just switch Raw around and call it Monday Night War? And I thought, well, it's not a little creative, but okay. So then I say, well, what do we call our Friday show? Because I don't want to call it Down Smack. So we wound up calling it Fury. So it was Monday Night War and Friday Night Fury. And I
Yeah.
split the roster in half. As a matter of fact, I used to have two world champions. I had the TPWF champion and the world heavyweight champion. Duncan was the last guy to hold the TPWF title, and CJ Hawkins was the guy to hold the world heavyweight championship last.
C.J. Hawkins. That name sounds. I don't know why that name sounds familiar.
Well, CJ Hawkins has been in call wrestling for years,
Yeah, I heard of it.
longer than I've been
I
doing
heard
my
of it.
stuff.
Yeah.
CJ, he actually main evented All Star 6 against AJ Young.
Ooh.
He
Interesting.
Yeah, he lost that match, but I still remember it felt kind of cool because CJ Hawkins was in my league too. And as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
also at Call All Star 6, I actually had Matt Farrow and Duncan Vermill fight. They said, okay,
Ooh.
do you want to showcase a match? And I said, yeah, sure. I'll put the two guys who I pretty much consider to be the face of my company, the two original guys from my company, Matt Farrow and Duncan Vermill, in a match together. Only time those two have ever gone at it.
Yeah, that'd be a good feeling for you, because just for the simple fact your guys was in it. It got some exposure. Your league got some exposure now that it showed. Any publicity is good publicity, I say. So it don't matter if you get one view or two view or no views at all. To me, people can, as I say, people can watch me or not, and I appreciate everything that everybody watches anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, go ahead.
Yeah, well, like you were saying, like with I honestly don't get that many views. I see some views. Sometimes I get lucky. I get 30, 40 views. That's what I call getting lucky. But most of the time, it's just around 7 to 10 on most of my videos. But I don't care because those 7 to 10 people, those are the diehard fans that love what I do, and whether it's 7 to 10 or 700 to 1,000, I'll keep making this because it's what I love to do, and I'm gonna try and do this for the rest of my life if I can.
That's the same thing with me, man. This is the thing. I'm gonna tell you a little story about this. Whenever D-Ball had some problem with DCA after the first revelations, he was having them thoughts about views, about how he's doing, we're gonna run the show from now on, how he's gonna do this, how he's gonna do that. He was stressing about it. We got up to him and we told him, we got you. We got you back. The league got you back. Anything you need from me, I got you back. And everybody, all the commentators had his back. And we just kept making shows and we kept going. And then look what DCA is now. It's rising up. Everybody knows what DCA is now because he just kept on working on his product and working on it, getting better, editing, all that, and piecing together storylines that made sense instead of just rushing storylines.
Yeah,
that's the main thing that's important. Put your effort into your show, put your passion into your product, and it will show. You feel the same way about that?
I do. I believe that if you don't stop, if you believe in what you're doing, then something good's gonna happen. Something good has to happen.
Oh yeah, most definitely. As long as you try and put for effort.
Yeah, I remember. I wasn't sure as to whether or not I could get it back up and running again, but I knew I wanted to. So when I started bringing it back in January, actually it was back in December. I was just doing the nostalgia tour, and it was getting the 7-10 views like I was talking about, 7 to 10 views like I was talking about. Then I started doing TPGW live with the ranking battles. I couldn't keep up with it because it was like I was doing maybe 20 matches a week, and I next thing I know, I'm just saying, okay. I need to plot this out better. I need to plot this out better. And I said, okay, I'm gonna officially. So by the time Resurrection came up, it got a lot easier because finally I was going back to the show format. And speaking of which, following Olympus, I'm going to be putting TPGW Live into a single show format instead of 4 matches a day.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier to put the whole show every one.
Yeah. That way I can treat it like an actual show. And I'm actually going to be getting rid of the TPGW live show following the next pay-per-view, Hawaiian Beach Bash, and splitting it up into 3 different shows. So I can showcase a lot more story. Like I'm going to be bringing Fury back to talk about the main roster and the upper mid card. The Showdown's going to become its own show featuring the mid to lower mid card talents and titles. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing TPGW Diamonds, which is going to feature the women's division.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to do that.
Indeed.
I gotta admit, it's been a big trend over the past couple of years, and D-Ball, and y'all are the ones that started that with Joseph Montos, and I gotta give them credit for that. Back in,
yeah. And I actually gotta give credit to D-Wall as well. He's actually the one who coined the term diamonds for my women's show. Because I was trying to come up with something, and then D-Wall said, "Why don't you just call it diamonds?" And I said, "Oh, damn, that's good."
I got a question for you. What is the biggest difference now than before you met this group in DCA and like Zaya and Pac and all of them? What's the difference now? What you know now more than you knew then, and what do you think? What's the difference?
I think experience. I think the biggest difference is the opportunity to gain more experience. Because here's something. I'm going to be starting school in August. I'm going to be majoring in journalism, and the reason I'm doing that is because I actually want to take my commentary all the way up to WWE. I want to do that, but here's the thing: they require a bachelor's in journalism for that, and they require a lot of experience. So I'm so happy that D gave me the opportunity to do this, because it's given me the exact experience I want.
Yeah. And I can personally vouch for him because I heard the guy commentate, and I heard the guy ringing out, so it was freaking awesome. He freaking nailed my freaking intro, and he freaking got hired. But yeah, between editing and all that, editing and putting your show together, what is your favorite thing to do whenever after you get done and upload? So do you just sit back, relax, and just wait for a couple of days, or you go ahead and start on the next show?
I try and start in the new show. I'd usually the way it works is when I'm in the middle of editing, I'll be thinking about, okay, so this is what I'm doing for this show, but what am I going to do for the next show? Like, what am I going to do after Olympus? Like, what matches am I going to feature? Because I got to start building up to the next show and the next show and the next show and the next show. And the only time I really get to stop is in December after Revolution 3, which is going to be my WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to think ahead to what I can do, who I can include, how I can play in contrast, because I don't know if D's announced this yet or not, but he's doing the Queens of Wrestling tournament, so I gotta and TPGW's been invited to that, so I gotta try and think, okay, how am I gonna incorporate my Queens of Wrestling round robin into Diamonds, while also maintaining the storyline that I want to keep with the women's championship, because that's 5 women from my league that I have to incorporate into that, as well as incorporate the women's title and the soon-to-be women's tag team championships that I'm going to be having debut at Crossroads.
Yeah. Let me extend that question. The Queens of Wrestling. You were talking about round robin, and I got that's the interesting concept, because I don't think that ever been done. That's what else should call? Do you think should call try that hasn't been touched in that should be tried at least once?
Well, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I really think a World Cup tournament would do wonders. Like like it's kind of like a super ultra every league tournament. Like 4 guys from each league come in. You can do a women's tournament as well, and everybody from every league just comes. It's like the Queens of Wrestling tournament, only it's going to be on such a grand stage, and it's mostly going to be for bragging rights. But it's something I would like to see happen, like a World Cup or something like that, like what WCPW is doing right now with their World Cup tournament. Like I would like to see something along that line.
Yeah. I think that'd be quite interesting, and I think that if I don't know why I don't think this would be a good idea, but something about it is like the NCAA tournament. You know, the brackets, how the brackets is double elimination, whatever. They should have assembly is double elimination, and brackets is only single elimination. But you should be able to have 2 losses, and there should be at least about 16 people, well, 12 to 16, go out of there, and you just put them against each other. Everybody's basically going to fight everybody. If you lose twice, you're out.
Yeah.
And then you go to the next. And you just continue until that gets to the final 2, and then it goes for whatever the conditions of that tournament is. It could be something big because, you know, I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Well, I think that would be interesting, and just in the aspect, you could lose. No telling who could win that, because the best guy could lose both times because anything can happen, which will create new champions and put more product out there.
Yeah.
In my mind,
I really do I really do think virtual wrestling, call wrestling, has an opportunity to become one of the biggest things on the internet.
It had its opportunity before, though. It's our fault, really. And I was part of that mess, and we could have did something more at that time, but there was a lot of ego going on, but I feel now we all can get together and we put all that shit aside and work together and put out something good, you know, for fans, for, you know, put entertainment, not no drama. Dramas for the storylines. We can do storylines for the drama, but we worry about staying in character. Don't one rule, people. If MTB can tell you how I am, all of them can tell you how I am. I stay in character 24/7. And if I play my character, I play him to the T. It's like the Great D interview. I play my character to the T. Never broke character once, and that's how you do it. You have fun with it. That's the best way to be, and that's the way to have fun, because we clown around on commentary all the time, fucking with Zaya.
Yeah.
Punk ass.
Yeah, it's like what I do with some of the characters I voice, because I voice the commentator character MTB, and I also voice the wrestler Matt Farrow. But at the end of the day, I'm just your average, ordinary Matt Bickle behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. I'm just full of excitement and joy. Okay, but no, moving on. We're gonna move on from that. Let's scoot away from it. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next question. Out of all the leagues you have watched throughout the years, which one has been your favorite, and which one you think now has the potential to grow into something big, but needs a little bit more push to get there?
Well, I've seen a few. I've seen a few. Not as many as most, but I've seen a few. Like I said, Call All Stars. That was one that was big. That was big back in the day. Still pretty big now. DCA. Oh my. Some of the stuff that D-Wall's doing, that D-Wall and Malik are doing, are out of this world, without a shadow of a doubt. Right now, I have to say my favorite thing I've commentated so far has probably been UCWL, VPOX League, Cold Day in Hell, because I got to call the match between the Iron Chef and Gordon Ramsay in a Hell's Kitchen street fight. And I think I've never had so much more fun making so many food puns in my entire life. But at the end of the day, I still have to say that TPGW holds a special place in my heart, because it's my own league. It's my baby. It's my creation, and while I certainly would like to do more with it right now, I gotta say, there are tons of leagues that are 100 times better than mine, and I hope someday some of my TPGW guys will be on that level.
Yeah, they will because you got good talent out there and you got a good way to promote them now. I dropped my damn mic. So let me put it back. I took the voice, but I got it back. But the thing is, I wanna teach your characters there have potential to grow and get promoted, and now that they are exposed to more of the groups and everything, you'll be able to communicate and you'll be able to, you know, share and show people what your guys got. So who do you think has the potential to break out and be a call superstar? I know we talk about your league superstar, but there's a difference between being just a regular superstar and a superstar. Who do you think
Who has the potential in my league or any league in particular?
in your league?
In my league,
Yeah. Who do you think has the most potential in becoming that? Female or male?
female or male. Well, I'll give you one of each. If I have to
Okay,
say
go ahead.
right now, the stuff we're doing with Soul Reaper, he's just wait till Olympus Day 5. You're gonna see what I mean. The stuff we're doing with Soul Reaper right now, I think in Kevin Cash too. Oh my lord, he is gonna be breaking out so big this year. Cash is. He's gonna have so many stellar matches. I can't talk about them all because I don't want to spoil, but him, those two, and my own wrestler Matt Farrell. Obviously, I'm trying to push my own wrestler, but yeah, just wait till day 5. Just wait till the last 2 days of Olympus. You'll see what I mean. But those are the three breakout guys right now that I think I'm working on pushing. Other than that, as far as the women go, I'm really gonna be pushing Roxanne Quinn. I mean, I've been billing her as the Queen of the Ring. So when the women's championship match happens, we'll see. But her and definitely Caitlin Cunningham, I think has huge potential to be one of the most extreme women that's ever stepped foot in a call wrestling ring, a virtual wrestling ring.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, and I kind of agree with that. I don't know why, but as I said, I don't really just draw attention like that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know, it just hit me. It's like awesome.
And speaking on the what if scenario, if I still had her in my league, I would say this is somebody from back in the day, Mystic Angel. She was a high flying wrestler who used a tombstone for a finisher, and I thought
Huh.
the character was really cool. I want to bring the character back. I've just not found the right spot to do it yet.
Yeah, this beauty of it though. It's always a place. You will find it. It will come a spot.
Oh yeah,
Just gotta wait for the right opportunity to put it out there. You can't just rush it. It's like true. It's like anything. If you rush anything, you will fuck it up.
yeah,
If you rush a feud, or you rush your heel turn, or face turn, or saying certain things, you fuck up something. You just got to pick your time, and it'll work out. And no matter what happens, you put your best into your show because you do it for fun, and not because you're trying to put pressure on yourself to get every show out. You want to have fun with it. That's why I make sure that everybody I work with does. That way they don't get burned out because I've seen that before. I seen WDF get Frank Dog. He got burned out big time. That's the reason why he ain't doing it now. He got burned out because he was uploading so much. That's all he did, and he wouldn't listen. And but you guys, it's all about conserving your energy. Don't. It's good to put out shows. It's good to do shows, but when you're stressed out in your mind and you try to do all that, it's gonna tear you apart. you got to level your head. You got to control your head. And if you feel like you're in the mood to do it, then put your effort out there, and put your effort into your shows and a show. And I always say that because I've seen a lot of stuff on TV, and I try to do my best for everybody, and I try to look after D-Wall and after everybody that I'm friends with. And I always do that, and I do that for you and everybody else. But I'd say that your league has some potential. I watched it with y'all when y'all was commentating, and I'm gonna check it out some more. And I honestly I recommend it to anybody to check out his league because it's awesome and there's a lot of potential in it, and you cannot miss that. If you miss that, you're kind of stupid for missing it because it could be a superstar for you in there, and you're too dumb to look at it. So ain't nobody on TV.
Yeah. TPGW, I really try and go 110% with it. And with the stuff we're going to be doing in the next couple of months to try and build up towards the next of the big 3 events, Crossroads in September, I really recommend to anybody who wants to see some real quality, real drama, real action, to check out TPGW because it's going to be insane what we're about to unleash.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But let me shoot you a question, Smokey. If there was one guy from TPGW who you would want to face, in the ring, who would it be?
Ooh, that's um, me or my character, Smokey?
Your character, Smokey. Your character, Smokey.
Ooh.
Who you would want Smokey to face in the ring?
Personally, it don't really matter. So I'm guessing Smokey wouldn't give a fuck because he's champion and you see what he's doing and he's ready for him. At this point, he's freaking lost his mind already. So he don't care who he fights. I think he would want to. I think if he came to the TGBW, he would come in there like he's gonna run stuff like he's been doing. He's gonna go in there. He's gonna fight. He's gonna brawl. He's gonna beat ass. And if anybody else getting in the way, they beat their ass and keep going. And I don't know why, but Smokey, for me, has gotten even better since I've been in this little heel turn I'm in, and it actually improved everything. So I actually want to say that if you're too afraid to put a face as a heel, don't be, because it could be the best thing you can do for anything. If you ever thinking to yourself, I'm too scared to turn this guy face, or I'm too scared to turn this guy heel, turn yourself around and try it.
Yeah.
Because you never know if it's not the best thing. What are you? Okay, that's brings it to me. You. I'm gonna turn that around on you. Who would your guy want to face if it was in DCA?
Oh, that's an easy one. I would. For one thing, I want to put Daniel Stone against Smokey because apparently they both have the same finishing move. So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so that's gonna be I think that would be interesting.
I think Smokey wouldn't like that very much hearing that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's dangerous even telling. Ain't that dangerous even telling the Smokey handler about somebody using Smokey's finisher.
Yeah,
because just have to show up.
When Daniel Murphy, the guy who made Daniel Stone, came to me, he said, "I want to use the End of Days as my finisher." I said, "Okay." So now Daniel Stone, that may even be a more of a possibility now, because let's not forget Daniel Stone. He's going to be in the DCA Pure Championship tournament.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing that as a possibility for the future. But yeah, Daniel Stone's version of it is called the Capital Punishment. That's what he calls it.
Capital Punishment. So.
Yeah, because he's the All-American Outlaw.
Oh, I'm the motherfucking Smokey.
That's his shtick. But other than that, seeing what Malik does in the ring, I think it might be interesting to see Malik take on George Alpine, the mixed martial arts general, because that.
Cool. Which Malik though? Which one? The crazy lunatic one that you see now, or the one that you was seeing?
I think either. It'd be interesting.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see. This to me is interesting because in a promotional match, it's always been that way. Because you got these two people facing two leagues facing off against each other that never faced off against each other before, and it's never before seen. It happens one time.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
And people get to see that.
Yeah. And the other one, the third one, and I've mentioned this on commentary, is that I would like to see Winter Rain fight Pyra.
Yeah, I heard you say that once.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting in itself. I seen Winter Rain fight Caitlyn the first time on Olympus.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Yeah. And,
because the first time Winter and Caitlyn went at was on live a couple weeks ago on the women's only show. And Winter destroyed her. That's the whole reason they had the match. They're having the match at Olympus because Winter ambushed her before the match and destroyed her. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and spoil a match for you for the next pay-per-view, Smokey. I'm gonna be having Winter and Caitlyn go at one more time in Hawaiian Beach Bash, but this time in a steel cage. So that's gonna be something interesting, I think, that people are gonna want to see.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty interesting. I will check that out myself. What show are you looking forward to the most this season in your league, and what CPV you think you can break your league into, get more attention, that it would draw attention?
I think Crossroads is going to be interesting. Crossroads is going to be the breakout show, while Revolution 3, like I said, my WrestleMania, I'm going to be throwing everything I can into my own version of WrestleMania. But Crossroads, it's the first Crossroads I'm ever doing. And I'm trying to build it like my SummerSlam, my second biggest show of the year, so I'm going to be doing something big for it. And I got a special #1 contender for the world title already picked out. It's going to be somebody that you haven't seen yet back. So, that's going to be kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. You should bring in somebody back. You think you're going to make some. Yeah. You think you're going to, after all meeting all these new people and everything, you think you're going to make some new signings? You're going to go out there and look for new talent. Is there any kind of a sign that there's going to be people from other leagues coming to your league this season?
There's a few people. I'm not going to spoil who's coming, but I will say I want to get the Admins of Pain from WFS in. That's a women's tag team that I want in because I'm trying to build up my women's tag division.
Yeah.
I got a few right.
I'll tell you like I told D-Wall and I told everybody else. There's 2 tag teams that I know, and there's my friends who I know for a long time. He's called his tag team Y2K, and there's my other friend Calberg who you gotta call him Alex Snow, and he got a tag team called Celtic Dynasty. Got them 2 guys, the 2 tag teams. I've known them since like 2008, and they always been these low key guys, and they don't know how to talk to, like I do. They don't run around, promoting and everything else like I do.
Yeah.
I got to do this because they my friends, and I look after everybody, and plus they got if I say they got talent and they got something, people should recognize that I got. In my opinion, there's kind of matter because I kind of know these things. But Yeah, they get signed eventually. I've been trying to help them out, but they're finding stuff. This is about you and you getting your show out there and finding what you need to find. What are you looking forward to the most about your show in the coming months? About it growing? Do you expect to grow bigger in the next couple months just because you
Oh
got
yeah.
more different commentators and you got more attention to that now? You got a better way to share.
But
That's the key to me. If you put out a good product, you can always get views.
yeah, well, I try and get the word out on the TPGW Facebook page. That's how I met. That's what I meant. That's how I got involved in DCA because D-Wall noticed on the Facebook page that I was posting stuff. I was talking about stuff. He heard my commentary and he liked it, and that's how I got in. But yeah, I'm always trying to get the word out about TPGW, and I am looking forward to it. I think Hawaiian Beach Bash after Olympus is going to be the next stepping stone in order to pushing it up. But Eastern Invasion after that, oh my, that it Eastern Invasion is going to be we're going to have that show take place from Tokyo. So yeah, that's a big show. Try and get it a wider audience, obviously, but there's a few things I think is gonna make everything bigger, especially when I announce who the number one contender for the world title is gonna be at Crossroads.
Now, the number one thing about that is to just go with it because usually people will stress too much about the views. It'd be like one view off and people are freaking out and everything else. And you tell them, it come back. You just work on your stuff and you're gonna get more views. They're gonna eventually come back and you're gonna get double that. You'll get double and you'll get double. You'll get more and more. And as long as you continue to try to better your product and notice that, you can't never be happy with just average. You just got to continue to get better. You cannot just sit and be happy with what you got. If you do that, you you already lost already because that's how shows get done. They don't care about that. They don't work on their shows, improve them. Then they ain't nothing that improve. They ain't nobody can come to the show because you ain't trying to improve the show. But this is the thing. You are. D-Wall is. We everybody in calling out has changed to this process of working together, and that's what we all going to do. We're going to work together. We're going to put this stuff together. We're going to make super shows for his fans. We're going to do what we need to do and put out good products. My final question to you is, what do you want to accomplish this year, and what do you think would be your best if you could accomplish it by the end of the year?
I think I want to make a statement to people saying, yeah, we were gone, but we're back now, and we're 10 times better than we were. And you guys haven't seen anything yet. The slogan for when I started this thing was "Join the Revolution." We were gonna revolutionize the World Wide Web, which is where the name for my big WrestleMania-esque show came from. And I don't think that's changed. I think we're still gonna revolutionize the way people look at Coffed wrestling, and because every single wrestler on my roster, well, just about every single wrestler on my roster is a person's idea. It's what they would see themselves as a wrestler, and I'm not done. And bringing in new talent, I'm not done bringing in talent from other promotions. We are going to be making this the biggest thing I can ever imagine to make. And you think Olympus? You think the 6 days of Olympus is big? You haven't seen anything yet.
Oh no. Yeah, before we leave, we're gonna end this. But I want to say, tell everybody your YouTube channel so they can go and look at your show and everything else.
That's right. You can check out all the TPGW and the past TPWF action on www.youtube.com/wearetpwf. Still have the old Earl. Don't really want to change it because it's a feeling of nostalgia a little bit with it, but nonetheless, TPGW, the People's Global Wrestling, is available to watch anytime on YouTube.
And I'm hoping to be back maybe soon, maybe even not. I don't know. Depends on myself and my mind and me being motivated to do this show. But I might be back in a week. I might be back in a day. You never know. We might see me. So you just stay tuned. Um, by the way, I will keep doing my story, my character-driven smoke rooms too. Y'all keep in mind that that's 100% in character. That none of the things I say can be taken seriously. Just keep that in mind, please. But I appreciate you coming on to the show. I don't know who I'm gonna have next episode, but we're gonna make sure we're gonna have fun and we're gonna hit all these questions. But this is Smokey. That's MTB. Peace out. Smoke.